Kentucky Oaks Day could be a stormy one in Kentucky. Derby Day is looking cloudy and cool, but Mother's Day nearly perfect. We've declared a severe weather alert day due to the possibility of those strong storms tomorrow. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has the latest on what to expect. Evan?
That's right, Steve. Our severe weather threat is mainly as we head into the day tomorrow, but I can't rule out a few strong storms, especially in our western counties as we head through tonight. In fact, one already moving into our viewing area. Outside right now, the vast majority of us are dry, but a little bit cloudy. We continue to watch those thicker clouds increase. As you can see from the Mountain Parkway at Slade, temperatures are very mild. Upper 70s and low 80s area wide, a little bit cooler farther to the north and east where we are seeing a few more clouds earlier today. Most of us are in okay shape, but look off to the southwest. A storm crossing the Tennessee border into southern parts of Wayne County. Could it be packing a punch? Not a lot of lightning with this, but some heavy rain, and can't rule out some small hail with that either. Winds up to 40 miles per hour and hail up to a ½ inch in diameter possible as that continues scooting off to the east and northeast. So that should miss Powersburg, and for the most part, if it doesn't grow upscale, could affect eastern parts of the city of Monticello, but that should be crossing right along the Wayne-McCreary County border before too long. It's all part of a strong area of pop-up storms that have triggered a severe thunderstorm watch over south central Kentucky and will continue to be pushing to the east tonight, all part of a huge system that has produced severe weather from as far north as Kentucky, as far south as South Texas. So something to keep an eye on as this continues to push east. Showers and storms increase tonight. Low to mid 60s for overnight lows. I'll have the very latest on the main timing and the main threats for our severe weather chances tomorrow coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Big news for Kentucky Power customers. The Public Service Commission approved the sale of the company to Liberty Utilities. WYMT's Dakota Makers talked with mountain lawmakers who are now calling it a win-win, but they still have some concerns.
The Kentucky Public Service Commission approved the sale of Kentucky Power on Wednesday, and members of the Mountain Caucus tell me they worked hard to get a better deal on the sale for Eastern Kentuckians. Representative Angie Hatton says Liberty Utilities paid more than $580 million more than what AEP is worth.
We were asking that 90% of that be returned to their customers. What we got was between $113 million and $158 million, and that's not nothing.
It is a nearly $3 billion sale. The Public Service Commission stated Liberty would also take on more than $1 billion in debt.
We're also concerned about why anyone would bid that much more for a company here where the poorest people in the world are paying these rates.
There are some conditions to the sale. Hatton says AEP was ordered to pay $40 million in fuel adjustments to customers, along with paying them back for subsidizing other affiliates at the expense of Kentuckians.
Our biggest concern is the way that AEP has treated us all these years, overcharging their customers and underinvesting in the region.
Failure to address that issue will result in an additional $45 million payment to Kentucky Power customers. Co-chair of the Mountain Caucus, Senator Brandon Smith, says there are some wins to the approval.
The arrow shifted in favor of the ratepayer, and that's a win. You know, we don't have the power to stop and block a sale, and that was never the intent. This deal going forward will help make the rates, I feel, more stable. It will take away the fluctuations. I think it's going to make it more affordable.
Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
A Kentucky Power spokesperson says additional regulatory approvals from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission and the Public Service Commission of West Virginia are expected in the near future. One local circuit court clerk is facing a rebuke from the state's highest court. A release from the Supreme Court of Kentucky today says Chief Justice John Minton publicly reprimanded Laurel County Circuit Court Clerk Roger Schott. The action was for violations of the Kentucky Court of Justice personnel policies and the Code of Conduct for Circuit Court clerks. The release said a complaint was filed in 2021 saying Schott fired an employee without following policies put in place. The Kentucky primary election is just around the corner, and starting 1 week from today on May 12th, Kentuckians can get out and vote. There are 4 ways to cast your early vote or to cast your vote in the upcoming Kentucky primary. In person, of course, on Election Day, May 17th, or early voting, which runs from the 12th through the 14th. In-person absentee ballots are also available starting today for those who may be out of town on Election Day. And for people who can't vote in person due to age or health reasons, absentee ballots can be mailed or dropped off at the county clerk's office. As a reminder, election officials say you must bring a government-issued ID to vote. Today, students and faculty at Emelina Elementary School in Knott County are remembering a beloved bus driver. Students released balloons in memory of Elvin Hurt, a bus driver who had been with the school since 2014. The balloons were released from the bus Hurt used to drive every day. People that knew him well said he loved cheering on sports teams in the area and was well known as a fan.
Elvin was just a good friend. He was a jewel. He started driving a bus when my daughter was in kindergarten, and she's in 7th grade now, and so he was just a great friend. He loved the kids. He loved all the kids in Knott County.
Emelina Principal Jeff Honeycutt says Elvin was always eager to volunteer his time to help out the students any way he could. Today is the annual National Day of Prayer. Earlier at 4, we took you to Pikeville, where faith leaders addressed a crowd at noon. Now WYMT's Zach Hawk is live in Hazard as Perry Countyans gather to offer prayers of their own. Zach.
Steve, the National Day of Prayer was established by a joint resolution of Congress and signed by President Truman in 1952. Then, in 1988, President Reagan amended the law to make the first Thursday of May the official National Day of Prayer each year. Now, these prayers are open to people of all faiths and focus on the same 7 areas of concern. That's government, military, education, families, churches, the media, and businesses.
And that way, all across the United States, prayers are lifted for the same concern, the same areas, by people who believe in the power of prayer, that we believe that our prayers do make an impact, our prayers do change things.
Now, Steve, I actually find this fascinating. Organizers with the National Day of Prayer Organizing Committee say that they can trace back the history of this event to 1775, when the Continental Congress actually asked the colonies to pray for wisdom in forming a new nation. Live in Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. Good weather for that, at least for now, across the region. Well, folks with the Appalachian Horse Project are reminding riders at this weekend's Knott County Trail Ride that kindness rocks. WYMT's Keaton Hall has more on their movement.
Thousands of riders are expected in Knott County this weekend following the start of their annual Trail Ride Thursday.
Music on the weekends, you know, most people come for it, but mostly just to get together and have fun. You know, there's food vendors and stuff like that, but mostly just to have fun.
Kaylee Johnson is a volunteer with the Appalachian Horse Project. They're taking this opportunity to spread a message of kindness to humans and horses.
We, the volunteers, painted personal rocks, the kindness rocks, to get kids more involved with our stuff and having more fun at the trail ride.
The Appalachian Horse Project provides feed and vet support to free-roaming horses in southeast Kentucky. And their volunteers hid more than a dozen painted kindness rocks at the trail ride.
Kind of get the message out there and for people to have fun, to find it. Oh, look, this is really cute. Keep it, re-hide it. They've got our hashtag on the back of it. They can find us on social media.
Hoping those that find them get and share the message that kindness rocks.
You can bring them back here and we'll do the online photos for you, or you can take a photo yourself and repaint the rock and hide it, or just keep the rock.
And they're welcoming everyone, especially kids, to bring a painted rock of their own to be hidden.
Any kid wants to, they can paint a rock, bring it to us, and after the trail ride's over, we have one of our main board members is going out west to ride, and she's going to take a lot of the rocks out there and re-hide them.
Spreading their message of kindness and horse conservation.
For the horses, we are in it to help them reduce population, help them when they're sick, vetting, adoptions. So donate, spread the word, get our name out there, let people know that we are here and we're helping.
Helping herds across America. In Knott County, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
The Appalachian Horse Project will be using the proceeds from this weekend's sales for their mission of providing support to free-roaming horses in our area. A car fire Tuesday spread stories of a local hero after one Elkhorn City man stepped in to pull another from a fire-filled scene. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the rescue on Russell Street.
It was just another quiet day on Russell Street.
And then all of a sudden I heard an engine revving up, wide open, and then it went boom, and I heard a big explosion.
An explosion that brought neighbors to a smoky scene, not knowing what to expect. A car stuck on the roadside, burning quickly.
Guys, there was somebody in there. Windows were up for so long, I just knew whoever was in there had suffocated.
With some trying to extinguish the flames, but too much smoke to see through, a gust of wind carried in a breath of fresh air.
Finally, when that smoke cleared and I seen a human moving, I mean, it was just like a weight lifted off of my shoulders that I knew there was somebody to save.
Which is what he did. Seeing the signs of life and recognizing the driver, Justin Quisenberry pushed through the heat to help.
And I said, hurry, come to me. I said, you're on fire, get out of the car. And he didn't have any energy and he just fell down in the passenger seat. So I reached over inside under his arms and I pulled him up out of the car.
He says it was just second nature.
You can't think, you have to act, because every moment that you're stuttering and thinking, and if you get scared and let fear take you over, every bit of those seconds is taken away from that person's life.
And while some are calling him a local hero,
it was amazing. But he put his own life in danger too.
He says it was something bigger than him.
It was a miracle of God that he made it, for sure.
Fighting through the flames. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say the man involved in the crash is safe thanks to Quisenberry and is now recovering at home.
Coming up, the very latest on our chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, and the latest on our severe weather threat coming up.
And while the weather was still nice, students from several districts turned out for Pike County's first Special Olympics in 2 years.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized